the moon in astrology, emotional core, and the cycles of life. In astrology, the moon represents the emotional self, the subconscious, and the deeply personal experiences that shape one's inner world. It symbolizes our instincts, needs, habits, and how we nurture and seek comfort, while the sun represents the conscious self, the ego, and the outward expression of identity. The moon speaks to the hidden, emotional undercurrents that influence behavior and perception. It's the part of us that reacts rather than thinks, feeling its way through the world and responding to the needs of the soul. The moon also governs rhythms and cycles, mirroring the natural ebb and flow of emotions, desires, and life circumstances. It's tied to the feminine principle, the nurturing aspects of the psyche, and the instinctual need for safety and belonging. Through its phases and its position in the natal chart, the moon reveals the nature of our emotional landscape, how we connect with others, and how we care for ourselves and those around us. The moon's phases, the dance of light and shadow. The moon's phases, from new moon to full moon and back again, represent the cyclical nature of life, growth, and transformation. Each phase carries distinct symbolic meaning, reflecting stages of development, intention, and release. The new moon marks the beginning of the cycle, a time of new beginnings, intention setting, and planting seeds for the future. It's a moment of quiet reflection and the ideal time to initiate new projects or make personal commitments. Astrologically, the new moon represents a fresh start, an opportunity to align with one's deepest desires and set the tone for the month ahead. As the moon waxes and grows in light, we enter the first quarter moon, a period of action and decision-making. It's a time of challenges and the need to overcome obstacles, pushing forward with the intention set at the new moon. This phase encourages courage, determination, and the willingness to confront fears or doubts. The full moon represents culmination, illumination, and the peak of the lunar cycle. Emotions run high during this phase and the energy is intense, often bringing matters to a head. It's a time of clarity when hidden truths are revealed and the results of past actions come into view. The full moon's light symbolizes awareness, making it a powerful moment for reflection, celebration, or release. Following the full moon, the last quarter moon is a time of reassessment, letting go, and making adjustments. It's a phase of reflection where one reviews what has been achieved and what needs to be released to move forward. This phase calls for introspection, tying up loose ends, and preparing for the next cycle of growth. The moon's phases are a continuous dance of beginnings, growth, climax, and release, mirroring the rhythms of nature and the human experience. By tuning into the moon cycle, one can align with these natural rhythms, enhancing personal timing and emotional awareness. The moon in the natal chart, emotional landscape, and inner world. The moon's placement in the natal chart reveals much about an individual's emotional nature, instinctual responses, and fundamental needs. Its sign, house position, and aspects to other planets provide insight into how one experiences and expresses emotions, what brings comfort, and how one relates to the past and to familial influences. In fiery signs like Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, the moon expresses emotions boldly and directly, with a strong desire for independence and immediate action. An Aries moon, for instance, is quick to react, passionate, and driven by the need for excitement and challenge. A Leo moon craves recognition, warmth, and creative expression, while a Sagittarius moon seeks freedom, adventure, and philosophical understanding. When the moon is placed in earth signs Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, emotions are expressed in practical, grounded ways. These placements value stability, routine, and tangible expressions of care. A Taurus moon finds comfort in sensory experiences, nature, and physical security, while a Virgo moon is nurtured by order, service, and the pursuit of self-improvement. A Capricorn moon, often reserved with emotions, seeks achievement, discipline, and the fulfillment of responsibilities as a way to feel secure. Moon placements in air signs Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius bring a cerebral, communicative approach to emotions. These moons process feelings through conversation, intellectual engagement, and social connection. A Gemini moon thrives on variety, learning, and dialogue, needing mental stimulation to feel emotionally satisfied. A Libra moon seeks harmony, balance, and connection in relationships, often prioritizing the needs of others. An Aquarius moon finds comfort in independence, innovation, and involvement in social causes, often expressing emotions in unconventional ways. Water signs Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are the moon's natural realm, enhancing its emotional depth, sensitivity, and intuition. A Cancer moon is deeply connected to home, family, and tradition, finding security in nurturing others and being nurtured. A Scorpio moon experiences emotions intensely, often with a need for deep connection, transformation, and the exploration of hidden truths. A Pisces moon is empathetic, dreamy, and spiritually attuned, often absorbing the emotions of others and seeking solace in creativity or spiritual practices. The moon's house placement areas of emotional focus. The house in which the moon is placed in the natal chart indicates the area of life where emotional energy is concentrated. It reveals where one feels most vulnerable, instinctively drawn, or in need of security and nourishment. The moon in the first house suggests a highly sensitive and responsive personality, with emotions often displayed openly. This placement indicates a strong identification with one's feelings, and there is often a need for emotional recognition and support from others. A moon in the second house values security and comfort through material stability, and there is often a strong emotional connection to possessions, resources, and personal values. The moon in the third house is oriented toward communication, learning, and social interaction. Emotions are often processed through conversation and intellectual engagement, and there is a deep need for mental stimulation and connection with one's immediate environment. A fourth house moon feels most at home in private, family-oriented settings, with a strong focus on ancestry, roots, and creating a secure domestic life. A fifth house moon finds emotional fulfillment through creative expression, romance, and playful activities. There is often a desire to be seen, appreciated, and loved, with a strong emotional connection to children or artistic pursuits. The moon in the sixth house brings a focus on health, routine, and service, with emotions often intertwined with one's work or daily habits. This placement can indicate a need for order and practicality as a way to feel emotionally balanced. The moon in the seventh house seeks emotional security through partnership and relationships. There is often a strong need for connection, and feelings are deeply tied to one's interactions with others. An eighth house moon experiences emotions intensely, often grappling with themes of power, transformation, and shared resources. This placement suggests a deep need to understand the emotional undercurrents of life and to connect on a profound level. A ninth house moon finds emotional satisfaction through exploration, travel, and philosophical pursuits. There is often a need for adventure, learning, and expanding one's horizons, with a deep emotional connection to one's beliefs. The moon in the 10th house is closely tied to career, public life, and achievement. Emotions are often directed toward professional success and the fulfillment of ambitions, and there may be a need for public recognition or authority. The moon in the 11th house seeks emotional connection through friendships, groups, and social causes. There is often a desire to be part of something larger than oneself, with emotions tied to ideals, hopes, and aspirations for the future. A 12th house moon is deeply introspective, often hidden or repressed, with a strong connection to the subconscious, dreams, and spiritual experiences. This placement suggests a need for solitude, reflection, and emotional healing. The moon's aspects the dance with other planets. Aspects to the moon in the natal chart reveal how one's emotions interact with other areas of life, influencing how feelings are expressed, processed, and integrated. These aspects can either support or challenge emotional well-being, highlighting both strengths and vulnerabilities in the emotional self. A conjunction of the moon with the sun, known as the new moon phase in the natal chart, creates a powerful alignment of conscious and unconscious drives. This aspect suggests a unified personality, but can also indicate a tendency toward subjective or one-sided emotional responses. A square between the moon and Mars, for example, might indicate impulsive reactions, emotional volatility, or a struggle to assert one's needs without conflict. A trine between the moon and Venus suggests harmony between emotional needs and personal values, fostering a sense of ease in relationships and a natural ability to nurture oneself and others. A challenging aspect, like a Moon-Saturn square, can indicate emotional inhibition, fears around vulnerability, or a sense of duty that overrides personal comfort. This aspect often points to early life experiences that shape a more cautious, reserved approach to emotions. Aspects from Neptune to the moon, such as a conjunction or trine, enhance sensitivity, intuition, and compassion, but can also bring confusion, idealization, or difficulty distinguishing between one's own emotions and those of others. A Moon-Pluto aspect, particularly a conjunction or square, suggests emotional intensity, transformative experiences, and a deep need for control or understanding of one's emotional landscape. The moon's aspects highlight the complex interplay of emotions within the broader context of the personality, providing a nuanced understanding of how one navigates the inner world and interacts with others. The progressed moon tracking emotional growth and change. The progressed moon is a key indicator of emotional growth and change, moving approximately 1 degree per month through the zodiac and completing a full cycle every 27 to 28 years. This movement reflects the evolving emotional landscape, highlighting shifts in mood, focus, and personal needs over time.